Hey, I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. Lots to talk about. We've got a lot of activity going on in the tropics. First stop is Hurricane Humberto. Continues to grow in strength and in size. The hurricane force winds now extending out about 60 miles from the center of this storm. And the tropical storm force winds, they extend out 175 miles from the center of this storm. So even though this is not expected to make landfall on Bermuda, it's going to pass close enough to Bermuda. They're going to get into the tropical storm force winds, and there's the possibility they could also see some hurricane force winds with this. So we got to watch this track pretty closely as we go through the next, say, 24 to 36 hours. So right now, winds are at 100 miles an hour. It's moving to the east-northeast at 8 miles an hour. There you see that track. By tomorrow evening, 110 mile an hour winds passing to the northwest of Bermuda. Then it makes its way on further to the north, starts to merge with the cold front across the northern Atlantic and loses those tropical characteristics. So by the weekend, we say goodbye to Hurricane Humberto. Here's another area we're watching. This one was Invest 97. This has now been classified as Tropical Depression number 10. I'll go ahead and circle the area right there. That is now Tropical Depression number 10, and this very likely could become our next named tropical system. So as of 11 a.m., 12.9, 44.9. Top winds right now at 35 miles an hour. It's moving to the west-northwest at 12 miles an hour. So that forecast track basically keeps it on that west-northwesterly track over the next couple of days. And I know you're looking at that track, you're seeing on Sunday, hey, this is getting close to the Bahamas. It does look like it's going to be very similar to the last couple of tracks here, where it finds that weakness in the ridge. The East Coast trough should turn us more towards the north as we get into next week. Another area we've been watching, this here is Invest 98, very disorganized system at this point. Very slim chance of anything really happening as far as a name system with this. Outside chances becomes a tropical depression, but still, regardless of that, it's going to bring some pretty heavy rains along the southeastern coast of Texas. Could be dealing with some pretty big flooding issues as we go through the next several days as this works its way onshore later tonight or into tomorrow, and then slowly just dumps a lot of rain across parts of Texas. Remember, that part of the country, down and around Houston, very susceptible to flooding issues. Now, you look at the European model, pretty interesting to watch this. You've got Humberto, you've got 10. Watch as I put this in the motion as we go through the next several days. You're watching those systems cycling through, and then we watch more waves working their way off the coast of Africa, another wave working its way into the eastern Caribbean. So we're kind of in a period here where we're going to continue to see just a lot of activity with more and more of these waves working their way off the coast of Africa, and the conditions are favorable that we could quite likely see a lot more development over the coming days. Of course, we're going to keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.